Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure again to see you in our webinar, what is focused on support Ukrainian small and medium enterprises and business support organizations for market entry activities in European Union. Today, it's my pleasure also to give some welcoming words. First of all, just a short reminder that these webinars are organized in the framework of the project Latvian 2, which aims to provide support integration of Ukrainian small and medium enterprises and business support organizations in the European single market by using Latvia as an entry point. And as usually, the opening words, we are always saying also to the thank you to our financiers for our financiers, supporters, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Latvia, who is supporting this project financially. And also, of course, we are always saying thank you to the Ukrainian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, who is our partner in Ukraine. So today's main topic is digital tools in export marketing and export development. We already had a small discussion with our experts before the webinar about digital marketing generally and differences in European Union and Ukraine. Of course, there's always the discussion who is better, but I think we always have the option to learn from each other by sharing our experience and also by working with ourselves for lifelong learning as well, because I think digital marketing is one of the topic and general marketing as itself is very creative, very progressive, and it's never stops upgrade itself as well. So lifelong learning in this field is like a must-have for being successful. So, and with this, I would like to give also this I would like to give the floor to our first speaker, Mrs. Digna Degtarjova. She will speak about digital marketing strategy, and she is managing partner of Uprankd Marketing Agency and chairman of the board of IAB Baltics. So, Digna, thank you. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Līga, for introductions. And yes, it's totally true that the topic actually is very, very broad. And this is the map of marketing technology landscape, which is actually, because of AI, it's developing each second. And even more and more tools are here that you could use. But there's a thing. I've been talking about marketing, giving lectures, participating in seminars for many, many years now. And one thing that I encourage marketers to think about, or rather not think, is let's skip digital and let's speak about marketing itself. Because actually digital and all the framework that I showed on previous slide, those are just the tools. But people and how they act and how they make decisions, actually that doesn't change as rapidly as the whole ecosystem of digital marketing. And one more thing, I encourage you not to fall into the trap of thinking that marketing is advertising, because that will lead you to a very interesting trap of thinking that you're going to launch your e-commerce business, you're going to launch Google and Facebook ads, and suddenly your business will be blooming and you'll be very successful and rich. But if you do not get back to the basics of marketing mix, which was actually defined and created back in 60s, in past century, actually nothing good will come out of it. So I'm here to remind you to think about those 4 P's that is actually the core of the marketing itself. First of all, of course, it's a product, then it's a price, then it's a place, and only then it's promotion, from which one part is, of course, advertising. And even though it might seem that promotion is the most important thing nowadays, to be honest, I would say that actually the rest 3 P's are even more important now in the era of digital marketing, because there is so many products that are created. The price options to compare, starting from wish to luxury products, the variations that you can apply to your product, it's huge. And also, place is not limited to brick and mortar anymore. It's, of course, e-commerce platforms, but not only that. There also are social, shoppable sort of storefronts on, let's say, TikTok. So let's gonna talk about all those things. And let's start with the product. So I hope that beginning your business, you have thought about who needs your product and why people actually might need it. Is there already competitors, or are you launching the new category? Also, what are the main USPs? How are you going to differ? How are you going to be better than your competition? And also, what is the life cycle of the product? It all sort of things that you have to consider. There's an interesting Harvard Business School sort of survey that has been done in before pandemics in 2019, that actually each year 30,000 new products are being launched, and actually only 5% of them are successful and survive. And I believe that in times of pandemics, when e-commerce developed so much and people were forced to stay at home and actually had the time to invent something and something, I believe that the amount of products out there in the market is way much more than those 30,000. And I don't believe that the success rate has been higher than it was before. So that's something that you really have to take into account, that not always, and actually more rarely than always, your new product will actually be success, and you have to be prepared for that. The second thing is, of course, price. And it's nowadays, I think, very interesting thing. Of course, there's one thing, what competitors are pricing their products, what consumers are ready to pay. But now, after the crisis of supply that was caused by pandemics and all the different factors, there are also things like what are supply costs, and also then what is going to be your discounting strategy if you will have any. And of course, you as a business person want to have some sort of a revenue as well. So how are you going to achieve that? By putting high price, or by trying to lower supply costs. And so here are two very different cases to consider. On one side, you see luxury car. And this is a paradox in marketing, because sometimes there are goods that if you put the price much higher than the product actually costs, it creates bigger demand. For example, of course, luxury cars fall into that category. Sometimes it's some limited edition champagne. Sometimes it's ridiculously costly watches, etc. That might be one case. It's at the one end of the spectrum. At the other end is mass market products, and I really like this case of Uniqlo, which is Japanese brand, which actually competes with Zara and H&M with the same basically segment of moderately priced clothing and everyday goods. But what do? They have very strict management of their suppliers. So they have contracts with 2 factories that produce fabrics for them. So, and by having contracts only with the 2 factories and guaranteeing a particular amount of buy-in, they are, well, they can push down the price of supply. But what they also add as Japanese people, they are really striving for quality. So they actually have dedicated people who are always going and paying visits to those factories to be sure that the quality is top-notch as well. And so what are they offering to the market? They actually have quite the same price level as Zara and H&M, but the quality is always 100% higher level basically than the price that people are paying to other brands. Place has become very interesting topic, I think, nowadays because of e-commerce blooming, and well, you can be brick and mortar, online, you can be both. You can go to marketplaces, you can sell your products to distributors and make business that way. You can actually open your own e-commerce website. Or you can even sell on social media. So you have actually consider what of those are you going to do. Are you going to go to Amazon, Etsy, or eBay, the biggest marketplaces out there? Yeah, that's the one chance, because there already are, like in a supermarket, there are already customers who are ready to buy. But you will have to pay quite a lot of the margin to them, and your revenues will be smaller. Also, you will have to most likely buy ads on Amazon, Etsy, or eBay. Second opportunity is go to distributors, like in Europe we have Zalando, Douglas, etc., etc. That's again a different business model. You can always, of course, open your own e-shop where you can operate with the revenue, with the discounts, with everything. But there's a great misconception that businessmen tend to think, is that I open my e-shop and suddenly all the people are gonna come and buy my products. First of all, you will have to raise awareness of your product. Then you'll have to convince people to buy your product, and then you will have to like continue with the life cycle to make repeated purchases, etc., etc. So basically it's the same as launching a new product in a offline world, but with even bigger competition. And the third thing I want to show is Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok shopping, that in some countries it's already there, that you can basically finish up your shopping process not leaving the social media site. But those opportunities are very limited country by country. So you have to really think about the place where you want to sell your product or app or whatever it is. Regarding the place, there is also a very important thing: in which markets are you going to sell? Because markets have restrictions, they have laws, the people differ. So for example, in one market they are used to pay only in cash, in some other markets they are used to pay by Apple Pay. And are you ready to be to supply those methods, to be ready to comply with the laws that each of those countries or markets that you're entering has in line? And here I want to suggest you two great tools. One of them is Google Market Finder, and the second one is ADEX Report. So in the Market Finder, you can enter your sort of a product category or service category, then how much are you ready to spend, etc., etc. And Google, based on very much of the data that they have about businesses out there, will help you find most appropriate markets by many factors that you would be able to enter. On the other hand, ADEX Report is a European report about online advertising. And what it will help you with is understand how expensive or cheap it's going to be to reach audience with digital ad spend. For example, UK might seem a really good market to enter because they are used to online shopping and they're really advanced market, but the ad costs are the highest in the whole Europe per capita. So it means if you're entering UK, then you have to have the funds to be able to compete with other market players. And also, yeah, what I already told is consider those things that are local based, like logistics, payment methods, and also language, because be aware that if you want to enter, let's say, French or Spanish speaking markets, most likely you will have to have not only your website translated to the local language, but also have the support in local language. So that's also the thing to consider. And only now I'm reaching the point that you most likely thought before this webinar that I'm going to start with. It's actually promotion, and there are a lot of ways how we can think about it, how we can categorize it. It's about touchpoint types. There is funnel, classical marketing funnel that has been reinvented and reinvented many times. And so first thing how we can think about channels and touchpoints is categorizing it by 4. It's earned, shared, owned, and paid media. I would say 10 years ago, it was only 3. It was paid, earned, and owned. But in the terms of social media, of course, there's also a category that needs to be out there, which is shared part. And as you can see, there is many different types of promotional models that you can use as a marketer. And I'm sure that this presentation also will be shared with you, so you can go in depth with that. So, and the next thing is classical digital marketing funnel. So how are you gonna generate insights? So how are you gonna reach your audience? Then how are you gonna attract them, convert them, and most likely, well, how can you retain them? But then, if you think about the process, how are you doing shopping? It's actually become very messy. And the Google has come up with a concept of messy middle, because usually, if we're not talking about buying milk or bread, but some more high value products, we do a lot of research, and we have so many touch points in our way that you have to consider. And how we see that basically all the time you can be exposed to the brand or to the competition or to the category, but there are going to be some triggers that are going to start your process of thinking of buying something. Then there's going to be endless exploration and evaluation. You're going to take into account reviews, you're going to talk to friends, you're going to, well, look at the prices, etc. And only at the end of that process, you're going to purchase something. And actually purchase, remember, purchase is not the end. It's basically the milestone that you reach in your sort of relationship with your customer, but it definitely is not your best interest to be the last touch point. So you have to think also about how the product is delivered, what's the packaging look like, or do you send an email afterwards asking how customer like the product, etc. And promotional strategy, where to begin. So here I have combined a couple of thoughts to leave you with to think about, because of course to build the whole strategy isn't a topic for 30 minutes talk. First, do your research. Nowadays, there are so many tools that you can use. What I mentioned already is Think with Google. There's also Facebook Insights. There's Statista with a lot of data available. Do your research prior to launching in any markets or launching new products. First, set clear goals and KPIs. And what is good goal and KPI? It's measurable and it's set in a certain time frame. then, if it's possible, start small and then scale up what works. Don't guess. Don't spend those, I don't know, months or weeks thinking, should I do this or this color or this wording? No, just A/B test and you'll know right away. Also, don't forget about video ads, because nowadays using tools that are provided by Google, by Facebook, by AI, you can actually create video for your product in a minute. You don't have to have a huge equipment, studio, and knowledge. And even not very well crafted YouTube video is better than none, because YouTube nowadays is the largest channel where you can reach basically everybody. And let also help AI reduce time that you are doing some usual tasks. For example, I use AI to brainstorm with myself. I don't need to waste the time of my colleague, because I can say, well, hey, ChatGPT, how do you think about this and that? And actually I get response that I can respond to again and again. I can feed the huge amount of the data about the product and ask the AI to come up with a summary for it. So basically that's something that you can use for pitching, for example, for investors. You have this huge amount of thoughts and you have to summarize it somehow. And most important thing that I want to stress out is collect your customers' data whenever it's possible, because be prepared for a cookieless world. I know that Google has been postponing it, but it will happen eventually. Now the date is, I think, June next year, when Chrome will not collect any cookie data. So basically, if you have first-party data from your customers, which is like emails or telephone numbers, praise it as a gold, because it's actually going to be gold if you want to collaborate with, let's say, other businesses, or even use for your own benefit. Yeah, for my side, that's it. Thank you very much. And I'm open for questions if you have any.
Participants of webinar, so far I don't see any kind of questions from your side, but I still would like to encourage to do and bring some questions. Meanwhile, I have a question to our yes, for our great expert. I have a question about market entry activities from Ukraine to European Union. Is there some kind of specific know-how additionally what you already mentioned, what companies should keep in consideration, or some specific tools what they can use that?
Well, as far as I know, pretty much European Union is very open, luckily, to businesses entering from Ukraine, entering the European market. And I don't think that there are some particular obstacles other than entering other markets. But what I would encourage you to do, there is your local IAB in Ukraine, and actually with a wonderful team. And I met Anastasia a few weeks ago in Lisbon in one of the summits, and I know that they have a huge amount of educational resources that help advertisers with a lot of different tasks. So I encourage you to get in touch with them, because they will most likely have the best knowledge, because they are based in Kiev, and they have most likely received the questions that already have been answered. So no need to reinvent the wheel once again.
Okay, thank you very much. And we have a question.
Oh, wow, good.
Yes. So we have a question. What artificial intelligence platforms could you advise to study consumer behavior?
That's a good one. I would start with a good old ChatGPT Pro version and feed it that data that you already have, and kindly ask, what I always do, I like kindly ask ChatGPT to come up with some insights, because Pro version, it doesn't cost much, but it has a lot of extra features. Starting from what I already mentioned, you feed them some statistics, and it comes back with insights in seconds. It can also generate the code for the website in the seconds as well. So yeah, that's the one I would suggest you to use. There is alternative from Google. It's called Bard, but as much as I have tested it, it doesn't stand close to ChatGPT.
Bard is more introvert.
I would say less intelligent.
Less intelligent. Oh, this is an issue for resultive conversations.
Yes. But if you want to generate some really funny congratulation messages to your friend's birthday, let's say, you can ask Bard, and I guarantee it's going to be funny, because it's going to be so stupid, I'm sorry, that you'll be forced to laugh.
Okay. So, so far I don't see any more questions in our chat room, but still, yes, feel free to provide them during our webinar, because we will have some speakers more, some great experts who will share their experience from Latvia. And all these question and answers you can already submit parallelly as a presentation, so I will see them and I will read them at the end of each presentation. So, and now I would like to say a really huge thank you, Digna, for your presentation. I think it was useful, like straight to the basics and straight to the next level topics, because we have recognized that sometimes we are willing to achieve high mountains, but forgetting about some basic things as well. So this is a very good insight what we should keep in mind. So thank you, Digna, very much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, so and step by step, technically, we also change to our next speaker. She already will speak a little bit more about global things and global topics, what is very important, especially in our global world. Of course, nowadays, these global challenges are quite unstable generally, because we might be focused for some concrete region or market, and then tomorrow we are reading news that we need to be ready for changing our focus. Therefore, I think unlocking global opportunities, generally knowing how to do it in correct way, gives us an opportunity to be competitive in every kind of situations that can arise in nowadays. And I think this is very important topic for every single small and medium enterprise, and even for persons who is doing not maybe like high level businesses, but doing sales in smaller scales and still are looking for global opportunities. So now I would like to give a floor to Mrs. Kristīne Pudāne. She will have a presentation about unlocking global opportunities through effective websites, and she is CEO and web strategist in the company the BrandSite. Kristīne, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. So, my name is Kristīne, and I am the founder of the web design and development company in Latvia. We have been helping businesses probably similar like yours, small and medium-sized around Latvia, and as well in the Europe. And today I would like to share some knowledge. I hope you find something for each of you, something that is valuable when thinking about going global or trying to reach new markets. I will be splitting the presentation in 3 parts to make it more structured, and the first is a global opportunity and the meaning of the website in it. The second is more technical parts about what the website should include, what you should be doing, and what maybe you shouldn't be doing at all. And the third is a little use case story from my own experience when trying to reach new markets. So, going global, it's the time when the physical borders are not the borders anymore. By that, I mean that some statistics already from 21 show that already almost 65% of the global population are using internet. And the internet users are growing exponentially. Just in 1 year, the growth of the internet users at all has been 7.3%, which is huge. And now we even have already 23rd, right? And there's a good saying, if you are running a business and you don't have a website, then you actually don't run a business. 90% of the companies working in B2B actually are having website. So what the website actually is and what is the meaning of having a website. In the past, a lot of people thought that it's a marketing tool, you know, you put some contacts in it, an address, maybe some picture of CEO, but actually I can't stress this enough that the website is a sales tool. It's pure sales tool, which is actually like a sales manager working 24/7 all through the year. With the help of the website, you can actually reach the global market without any kind of limitation. Just depends of the business development, sales and marketing strategies. Of course, it's also a marketing tool because you can make yourself a little bit shinier and a little bit smarter, and it's completely okay. But in general, it's actually your kind of a storefront online, which means that everyone who is watching your website actually develops the impression about how you work, what are the quality of your services, and if you actually can be a good match and if they should trust you. That brings me to the point that there are a lot of websites. You should be analyzing also yours, but there are websites and then there are effective websites, which means main task of a website when going global or trying to get new partners or even customers, the website should be building trust. It's similar also like with nowadays with the human interactiveness, what we want from our friends, partners, even service providers in private life. Either we are bringing the car to the service or we are bringing our best clothes to the chemical cleaning. We want that actually they really deliver the service. And when we are watching the website, for example, when we are entering your website, and if the website doesn't create the trust, then they will just go to the next one. And nowadays there are a lot of options which are unlimited, and they will just search till they find someone who actually speaks to their values. So the website's main important thing is to create trust, and that we can do by a lot of things, a summary of things. There's just not only one thing which can do this. For example, to show credibility, that you can do by inserting partner logos, inserting use cases, showcasing how you have helped already to the other customers which you have even in your mainland, and that maybe gives them the impression that you could be helpful. You should have your unique selling points, of course, why they should be working with you, but by showing credibility through different kind of ways, they will get the impression that actually you can help them. And of course, what the sales manager does every day, answers the same questions. There's a request, and then they ask about the price, they ask about delivery times, they ask about quality, and sales manager is always replying to the same things constantly. But actually, your website could do it. Wouldn't be that amazing? And your sales manager would also be more effective and could have more times to close that leads actually into the deals. So think about, speak with your team and create the most asked questions, and include this in your website, that actually the customer who is coming, or potential customer visitor is coming inside of your website, he actually finds that he can read himself. People nowadays do not want to read. They also do not want to call. They want to give the impression. When you catch the attention, then they start to actually dive in and read more. And if you have answers in the website, the chances they will actually contact you or call you are much higher. And of course, this kind of things brings you to the higher percentage of your success rate when doing different kind of sales and marketing activities to expand, that you actually succeed. The next part of my presentation is I would like to split the website in 3 pillars. Of course, I cannot cover it all. I cannot also speak here about how you actually get the visitors inside of your website. What do you do? It's more about what the website should include, what are the fundamentals, what are some nice add-ons, and maybe something on the side what you shouldn't be doing. So the 3 pillars of a website is functionality, design, its looks and feels, and of course the content. Let's speak or imagine about when you are building a website. That like you are building a house. So you should really have a goal of the website, what you should be doing with it, like what is the purpose of your website. As we already found out that contacts and address and the picture of CEO is not enough, that you should have a strategy for the main goal of your website. And it's the same, like you can compare a little bit with building a house. You have a plan, you want a winter house, you need a heating in it, you know how big you want, how many rooms it should have, and what you actually will be putting inside of it. So that's why the first pillar is functionality. That includes technical side of the website and also how it functions itself. For example, even if you are sending an email campaign, for example, to your prospects in a broad country, and then someone actually opens your email and it catches their attention, and what they will do next, they will search for either, if you will not insert there the web address, but they will search after the email domain name and try to see more before they even reply. It's just how it happens nowadays. Don't take it too small. It's really important to work on this. And now imagine, for example, you are being in Ukraine, Latvia. We have a different kind of hostings where the websites are hosted. It's my primary thing. And then their customer opens the website in UK or maybe in United States of America, could be. And then the website loads really slow. And people are not waiting anymore. They will just not wait, they will leave. And that's why fast loading of the website is one of the main important things. And for this, you should be really taking care of a hosting, means the servers where the website is located. There are some advices. For example, when you're trying to go global, then just try to use most likely some kind of European or international hosters, like DigitalOcean. For example, GoDaddy, of course, is also very popular. They have the servers all around the world, and that means when the prospect from UK opens the website, it will not wait for the servers on from the Ukraine to actually provide the website. They will take the website content from the UK. It's a little bit maybe more expensive. Customers are saying there are hostings for €3. Why should we pay 20? But when you are thinking about some email campaigns or the strategies to go outside of your main market, yes, it costs money, but it can bring you a lot of value. So do it right for the first time. And then you can speak about success. The second thing is, of course, responsiveness. Many gadgets, many phones, Galaxy Folds now, different kind of resolutions. It's important because maybe the prospect will open your email in the train. And if the responsive side of the website is not fine, the text is too wide, the letters are maybe too small, and the slider is not loading, or there are maybe 5 huge pictures, which actually doesn't describe anything, then he will not get the message. Interesting fact is that the person entering the website builds up the imagination or the opinion about how you do your work is only in half a second. The opinion is made in first half a second, 0.5 seconds. So be really careful with the responsiveness. That's top of the things which people should be thinking nowadays. The next thing is, of course, languages. Thinking about smaller countries, like, for example, also Latvia, we mostly already build the websites in Latvian, and English, it's a standard. Even for some people who are living in Latvian or running the businesses, It's very important to actually offer the options. And important thing is even if you have 2 languages or more languages in the site, that you are showing the language switcher somewhere very seeable, because if the website opens in your language and there's someone from UK again watching and he has to search for the switcher where to change the language, people are not doing things like this. These are small details, but each of them really matter. Website gives also the option to actually collect data, and you should be really doing this. Analyze your visitors. For example, use Google Analytics integrations, use Google Search Console. You can analyze all of the behaviors, from which keywords the people are coming into your site, which pages they are watching, when they are leaving. Use the statistics, analyze and become better, update regularly, maintain the site. When the website is ready first time, it's actually never ready, similar with the house, because you can be better and better. There's another good service which you can use. It's called Hotjar. Means you are integrating the code in the website and actually records the visitors and what are their actions on the site. You can watch afterwards a playback of every kind of visitor, where he clicks, how he goes, where he walks with the mouse around. It's very interesting, which actually also provides you a lot of data to analyze your visitors, to see where they are reading more, and to see actually where they are bored, and maybe that's the place for optimization. And of course, about the domains, you can also, there are no one right way how to use. Either you are having one website with many languages, or if you are doing some specific market as a target, then you could also buy their domain or buy EU domain or com domain and just make a separate site only for this. It has also some advantages, this kind of strategy, like maybe local CEO, but this is also something to think about. Don't be afraid. There is not one right way about this, how to do it, but you can really think about your scenario, what are your targets, and which strategy would fit you. The next pillar is a design. And design is user experience and user interface. User experience is how it actually feels, how the person is feeling in the website, how they can walk from one page to another one, how easy it is to read and find the content, and of course the strategy of content, what comes after what, and if the call to actions are in the right place. And that builds this kind of user interface, user experience, which actually you cannot really make it first right, because users are different, depends again from your business scope, and each industry maybe is needed for something else. But this, again, use the data, use the Hotjar, use the analytics, and you can always optimize the user experience. User interface is about the design. There are a lot of websites which think that we should have some fancy loaders, fancy sliders, or maybe 5 of them. It's nice, of course. It maybe looks good. The question is if it's really valuable and if the content is read and the people who are visiting the website actually understands. That's why the picture that the functionality or user experience should be actually aligned with the design and not fighting after with each other, just to succeed the best results. Again, about mobile first design, either if it's phone, either if it's web, either it's fancy website, it's a very clean, standard, classical, very easily read. Maybe someone would call it boring. Don't take it as an offense. Just if the mobile first design is important, think about this. Of course, up-to-date design should be also something. If you are having a website built 10 years ago, maybe it's time to update it. Or maybe even 5 years ago, because a lot of things has changed fast, and there are a lot of features which are actually important nowadays. Through each and every page of your website, think about consistent branding. Of course, you will have a logo, you will have some elements you are using think about, do not make each and every page different because you couldn't decide. On one page I want a full width, on one page I want content in very narrow blog post. Just think about the branding and the elements you are using on the site. They are actually going aligned with each other, because the person will not lose the focus. They will just keep focused, and it will be much more easier for them to read what actually you are saying. And that actually raises your chances to that you catch their attention, and they again are, after reading, contacting you afterwards, because you made a good impression, professional impression. Everything is clean, nice, good experience, and yes, raises your chances for succeeding. Another thing about when going global, there are, of course, in one country we have one traditions, one kind of nature. Even think about images, elements you are using in the website. For example, real case scenario: if you are trying to find the partners in Iceland, for example, you have some services, or you are producing, I don't know, tractors for fields, and then you are putting in your website sunflower fields, but in Iceland most of the time sunflower fields maybe are actually not the thing which they have seen, so they will not feel the connection with it as much as they would do if you would think about finding an image which actually describes the target market's nature, the people know there, and they will feel more connected and will feel more that you actually could understand them and solve their problem. Content and strategy. About content and strategy, as I said before, strategy is the most important thing of each and every website. What is your goal? What do you want the website to do? Should it bring leads? Should it bring already customers? Should it bring calls to you? Or should it maybe, I don't know, advertise or showcase some kind of marketing materials? There are different kind of strategies. Let's say in our case, I'm speaking more about really finding partners and customers abroad, outside of your main market. And yes, the content, I can't stress this enough. No one wants to read in your website about how good you are, how great you do service X and Y. It's about actually they are coming there because they have a problem or they have a challenge and they want a solution. So think about with each and every element, and especially the text does the job here, that you are solving or helping your potential customer or the visitor who is coming there searching for their needs. They don't want a lot of stories about your history and CEO X and CEO Y, Y, and they really are trying to solve their issue, and the time is everything what matters. And that's why the content should be written about your customer. Try to put yourself in the customer's shoes when thinking about content. For example, I could write in my website the best website design services, and it actually says nothing. But when I write in my website, we are helping you to grow through website design or development services, that is already something completely different, because they see the value, and I'm speaking about them. They already, from the first view, they are more connected to their problem, which is going through their minds all through the days, especially as a business owners or B2B partners. So clear messaging. What do you offer? It's most likely not that difficult, right? You need just your main target audience, which actually is made for your service or the products, and then you should be really clear in your messaging. What do you offer? How you solve their problems? Which kind of services, what is the process of cooperation you are offering, if you are available for more individualized approach, or all of this should be really clear, because then the potential customer, the visitor, actually can understand. And again, write and speak about them, their problems. You can also write your unique selling points or your sort of features, but write them about the customer. Like we could tell, for example, just a real example. We are delivering services in time, like for the inside of the deadline, right? But you could also tell that you will be sure, or we will make sure you receive your products or service in time. It's about you. It's about the customer of yours. Put yourself inside of the shoes, and they will feel connected. Through the content, you should be helpful to your visitor. You should educate your visitor. Either it's a blog post or either it's a paragraph about some kind of a partner case, use case you did, and but you tell them how you are solving the problems or how he could solve the problems. For example, you could describe again example with the web design. I'm describing actually what in my blog posts what the web how the website would actually look like. And even if you are making yourself the website, that's also possible. You can also watch on this and you feel educated. You understand more. I'm telling what should be there in the same similar like with this kind of webinar, because then you have some kind of guidelines, and you also know what to ask. Maybe your IT department lead, what you want to have in your website. And you should be educating your visitor. Yes, of course, again, for the credibility, you can use showcase pictures, for example, if these are products or if these are services, then you could use case studies or white papers about the services. All of this actually matters, not at the first sight, but when the customer or the visitor gets interested, then they actually will dive deeper and try to find out more about you. And if the information is there, the chances that they will contact you are higher. Translation and localization, very important topic. Translation is one thing. Most of us know English, but I already know that the English for the not native speaker is not that good like the native would speak. That's why here comes in place the localization. These are special services also from translation offices that actually the native speaker goes through the content and rewrites it in the way how the people are communicating. And that actually could increase the chances again that the person native is understanding your message. The last call to actions. You shouldn't be inviting the person inside of your room and not telling what he should be doing. So always place call to actions and either buttons, either it's a contact us, either it's send us a message, either it's leave your email for the, I don't know, there's some valuable resource PDFs, or either it's leave your phone number, we will call you back. Always ask questions. And by summarizing all of these points, you should be doing actually a lot of job inside of the website to educate your customer. You have to be the help the potential visitor actually is searching for, the solution. And that's how you actually build the trust and relationship. A short case study from my own experience almost 10 years ago. We were working in Germany. I was one of the founders of the company. We decided actually to sort of distribute Latvian IT company services and also Ukrainian IT company services to German customers, German B2B customers like Deutsche Bank, Deutsche Post, and other big companies. So the first thing what actually we did when trying to do this, we built a local German language website with clear messaging. What are the unique selling points? What do we offer? Why they should even listen to us after we are sending this email or contacting the prospects through the LinkedIn. And if I'm coming in the website and there's not clear unique selling points, could be everyone else. So the professional, understandable, clear website with the clear and direct offering with the unique selling points. And actually it was a good thing. It really works. People can read in their language. They are watching, and that's something they can count on. The trust is built. There is something behind the website, right? And that's one of the first things. And actually, it really matters. 10 years ago, even maybe more, less than now. But now you should be really thinking about the quality, the content, the functionality of your website. I hope that you found something useful in my presentation, and if you have questions, it's BrandSite.lv. I'm happy to help, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Kristīne, for very inspiring and very useful presentation. Me personally was listening every single slide and watching it and analyzing and thinking about my future steps for my small business. But you know, we have a bunch of questions already. Yes, one question is a little bit connected with previous discussion about artificial intelligence as well, but as it's connected with homepage, I decided to this question to forward to you. Do you think artificial intelligence can be better for consumer awareness than websites? And a person is talking about creating a profile for artificial intelligence like this maybe for the tourism industry could be.
I maybe didn't understand the question completely. Could you repeat or read it how it's written?
So, do you think artificial intelligence can be better for consumer awareness than websites?
No, I don't think so. That artificial intelligence maybe is just also as an ingredient to create things and to use them as either chatbots or support or generating the content or thinking about ideas. But the changes, when they are coming changes, they are coming faster maybe than in the past, but still it takes time, and this is some kind of traditional way, especially when thinking about Western Europe, Germany, also Spain, France. They are still searching for, and not really a lot of people are not understanding the artificial intelligence, and they are actually not trusting. This is some kind of maybe the key point, that it's good to use in different kind of ways. You are getting more effective and you can add some functionality, but not to replace.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have another question.
Okay.
Can websites increase consumer confidence, especially given the practice of buying positive reviews about the company and the development of fake twin sites?
Okay, good question. Websites definitely are increasing the confidence of any kind of, either it's products or either services. You can also add there, for example, integrate Google reviews, Trustpilot reviews, something official inside of the website, actually to give the extra boost to this, that not only you are posting that maybe someone created just fake testimonials, but really to integrate the functions of the services which are made for the review, showcase more and add more for the trust building, definitely.
Okay, so we continue with questions. If we are not talking about sales over the internet, but only use a website to inform potential users of the service, wouldn't the creation of artificial intelligence of such a model be more effective than a website in view of modern trends in interactivity?
I maybe again I couldn't follow the question. I don't think it's a bad thing, but
what I have a feeling that person really wants to understand that there is like chatbot, for example,
yes,
and website.
Yes,
and if I think that maybe website it's already old-fashioned, but artificial intelligence, some kind of model, could be like more successful for dealing with consumer interests.
Again, maybe have to repeat myself. I think that it should be actually should be added the functionality, but not separated. Still, you would just there are huge amount of the prospects, the people who are not understanding actually the thing at all. And I'm calling with the thing with actually with the intention, because that's how they call do this AI thing, you know. And they are also maybe not trusting, because this again, you could actually do a lot of more with integrating Google reviews, Trustpilot reviews, testimonials, use cases inside of the website. Most likely you could also build or program some kind of personal AI tool. That also can happen, but I think that's some kind of an add-on instead of a replacement.
So now we are going to the last question. So Olga asked, Kristīne, thank you very much. But could you give some advice, please, which the better ways for small website development and SEO agency to enter international markets? I think this is very practical and useful for small companies.
Okay. So first of all, I'm splitting a website here. I was speaking more about what the website should include, but still, I, for example, didn't touch the topic of SEO at all. And the strategies itself, I was mentioning that actually you still could have the best pastries or cakes, and you build a fancy cakery in the middle of forest. It's a beautiful place. It's amazing. They are cheap even. And but if no one knows that they're in this forest, is that pastry cafe, then actually you will be not succeeding. You should really combine website as a part of more a tool actually to work with when you are thinking about expanding, going global. You should be thinking more as a whole strategy. Like either you are buying the prospect lists, you are either finding yourself the companies you would like to offer your services or products. Also small and medium-sized companies, or you are maybe doing a marketing campaigns to search for the leads and actually show them the advertisements. This is strategies should be still used, and maybe my suggestion actually, which I know that the email marketing is not dead, but it has to be mastered really well. And the next thing after even someone opens your email, then they will, and if they are interested, then they will visit the website. And then the website is the tool. To build a website, you can do also different kind of ways. You can pay nothing, or do the Shopify websites even without the e-commerce or web, or you can also create some custom-made websites with integrations with some inventory systems and some unique design. All of them are possible. I wouldn't say that of course the ready-made solutions, maybe they are not that fast, they are not that unique, but if you think about all of these points which are listed in the presentation, and the content and the visuals and the strategy itself, so what should be the call to action at the end of the website? You speak about your customer needs, about integrating your product or service, but you actually show them how you solve the problem. That is the way how to do it. But website is a tool, and still when thinking about exporting, again, there should be the strategies in place. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kristīne. It was a really great question and answer session as well. And I even would like to say thank you to all participants who already provide those questions. And because it's quite rare, to be very honest, that during those webinars, questions and answers are given so much. So, and then in this case, yes, this is very thank you, because then I have a feeling that actually audience is listening to us and audience is very interesting in the topic. So, thank you, Kristīne, well, once more time. And now we are time to moving for our next speaker. We already touched a little bit questions about the specific letters CEO. To be honest, a couple of years ago, a little bit more than a couple of years ago, I was always thinking, what is this CEO? Because there is CEO where it's like chief executive manager or owner, but there is a different type of CEO what is more connected with digital marketing. And so we will have a lovely speaker, great speaker, Mr. Oskars Ozers, who will have a presentation what is CEO, and it's like in bigger understanding search engine optimizing, and he is a person from business solutions. He is business solutions advisor from company Uprankd. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Why CEO is so important? The most obvious is that if you will rank high, so you'll get more traffic, and it's in the next slide I will show how much of gratitude is that traffic you will get if you are in the top positions. To continue, so yes, in the first position from the statistics you will get around 28% of all the visitor clicks. Second position is more than 16%, and the third will get 11%. So combined, all those top three results are getting more than 50% of all the traffic, of all the visitors, of all the potential sales, leads, acquisition, and clients. So why would not to invest some effort and money and time to be placed on those positions? So there is a usual joke for the search engine optimization specialists. So you can guess where you would want to hide some evidence or something you don't want somebody to look for and know. So yes, it's the second page of Google. So right now people is so used to use Google as a search engine, as a place where you get all the answers, all the find relevant services, products, reviews. So yes, on the second page usually goes, I could say maybe less than 10%, maybe, who are really dedicated to, yes, get a good list of products, of services, compare them. But usually there is this thing that people are so common that Google will show them the best product, the best service, and to use on the first page, and usually in the first top 3 or top 5 results. To speak a bit about the search engine market in Europe. So yes, I will speak about the second search engine. It's Bing, and it's about 3% of the market uses Bing as a search engine. Afterward goes Yahoo and Yandex, but the Google takes the enormous 92.5%. So basically, what you need to optimize for, of course, Google, if you look for European market. And to speak a little bit about other business benefits, what you will get if you will invest in CEO. So if you look in a longer term, because CEO is not a fast results thing that you do and you will get instant results. Usually for a CEO to start see results and start to gain traction, it takes at least 6 months. Basically, usually it's at least 1 year of a project for a client, which we as a company serve, to have a constant good growth and to see good results. So it's not a paid as a paid advertisement fast way to get results, but in the longer term, it will give you most cost-efficient digital marketing strategy, because if you will get up for your money keywords in the top positions, so afterward you done the job, you will still be on those first positions. It could be half a year, 5 years, if there is a niche where is not so big competition. Of course, competitors is also are not sleeping and doing with optimizing their sites and building their SEO strategies. So of course you don't want to stop, but yes, for the traffic which comes for you for free, you don't need to pay. With a paid advertisement, the day you stop the advertisement campaign, it's the day when you stop to get any traffic. That's why SEO is so good. And another benefit for the business is that you need to think early on of your SEO strategy and what to do with your website, how to optimize it. Because if you do and even small steps optimizing it, but combine months to months, you will get light years ahead your competitors who will think about SEO only after some time, after a year or 2 or 3. Because yes, it's also, as I was to say, as you get your brand reputation and everything for your brand awareness, also your investment in SEO combines all the small tweaks, all small improvements in your website combines, and your website becomes more authoritative in Google's eyes. So yes, it's a very good competitive advantage to be in the top results. So that also gives not only traffic, it also gives a better click-through rate. So if somebody sees you, a lot of times they will usually click your site and think of it as more authoritative because Google says it. As I previously mentioned, Google for people nowadays is the first place where they are looking for answers. Of course, there is a way to get another way how to get answers, like asking a business partner, asking your peers, asking your colleagues. But looking from different statistics, Google is first or second for a younger generation place where they will look for the answers for the questions. Also, it's important for, as I said, for brand awareness and online visibility. So if you improve, your website for relevant keywords, you get higher online visibility, and it leads to more and better awareness of your brand and your company. So customers, when you trying to discover and type different keywords, they will see you several times. So at the one moment they will understand and think that they will need to check what's in your website. And then comes the second thing: how good is your website, how good is your user experience, and then good is information in the website. And to continue, the next benefit for the SEO is, of course, the main one: lead generation and customer acquisition. So if you have a well executed and strategized SEO, so you drive very targeted traffic. It's not traffic irrelevant for your business. It's relevant traffic. Really, the people who at that moment are looking for the information for the product, for the service, for the business, for the partner. And if you come up in the results in the top positions, so yes, you are in the list. If you are in second, third, or 10th page, of course, it's very, very hard to be very hard to be included in some kind of business decision. So because yes, also one thing that people tend to think is that if you are up in the first positions, so you are good. So you have such good authority, you have such a good product service, and the Google you place you on those pages. And yes, so and fifth of these benefits is, of course, for the e-commerce. It's sales and revenue growth. If you implement different tactics, optimize product pages, also implement effective site architecture of your website, and the main thing, use user-focused content, and it can lead for higher organic traffic and increased sales and revenue. To continue, yes, one topic I already mentioned is that you get trust, credibility, and brand recognition because of your work and your positions in the Google top results. Yes, the search engine result page is like a highway, could say, and your page is as a billboard showing up in the first page. So the more searches you appear for, the more you will get brand awareness, and it will build up over time. And then, yes, then someone will think that yes, it's worth to choose you, include in the potential list of products or services to try. One more less known benefit of SEO is that also you can use it for reputation management. Of course, you need to deliver high quality service, high quality products, and take care of your customers. But in the modern world, there's different review sites, pages, news, everything that also appears and could be found about your products. So you can control the narrative about your business. So you do optimize your website, your blog pages to be up in the first results. So it helps to mitigate the impact of negative reviews or negative press of your business. And what you can do if you are not a digital business but you want to use digital marketing as one of the tools to get more traffic. So it's local SEO, and what it means, there is a Google My Business profile you can make for free for every business to include information about your business, about the address, contact information, and also there is customer reviews they can leave after using your product or service. And that's working with local SEO, you can increase foot traffic to your local place, local office, and or local store. And the last thing I want to mention is that it's really easy to measure results of the SEO activities and work you have done. It's different free and paid tools to measure the keywords or positions. You can use these analytics to understand user behavior and what information they want to learn about your business, and what information needs to be tweaked and optimized. Yes, then you can use this information to refine your marketing strategies and tailor content to your audience preference. and to make better business decisions. So to continue, how to be indexed in Google? What's the most important things you need to do? Of course, first thing is a website, a digital asset. Afterwards comes a good internal linking structure so every page of your site could be linked with another pages, and it's very important for Google when the Google bot comes to crawl and to inspect your website, so that sees this very good linking structure inside your website. So yes, you need to point different links from menus from site directories, where is your lead pages or promotional content, and to link everything together. So it makes it easier for search engine to understand information about your site. And another very, very important topic is backlinks. So what is backlink? Backlink is a link from other website linking back to your site. And what it means for the Google, it means that another website, and you want that another website is trustworthy and authoritative, it linking back to your site, it means it's like giving away some part of its authority to your website, and you are taking your website authority higher and higher, and that's why you have a competitive advantage over your competition. It's very important. It's like 1/3 of the success is really it's how good is your backlink profile of your website. Another very important thing is the speed and security of your website. So yes, Google prioritize websites which has a high speed, and good security in place. So yes, if you have a very content rich, like it's more about the images. If you have a high quality, but also very, very heavy, if you look from size point of view, pictures, you need to optimize that. There's different compression formats you can use. Don't lose quality of the image, but you have a faster site because yes, the total size of website which needs to be opened, it's less, and so you can get your page visible for your clients in mobile, in desktop, very fast, and Google also takes it into account. Another thing is yes, you need to write a robots.txt file, and what it's for including websites that you don't want to be indexed, as example client portals login pages, and the pages after the client logins in your client portal, if you have such thing in your site. There's a way how to say for a Google bot that you don't want these sites to be visible in a Google search. Another thing is no index tag. So it's prevent even crawling the site, ensuring that pages is not seen in search. It's similar with this previous, with a robots.txt file, but you need to use both. So more strong advice for the Google is this no index meta tag. But yes, you need to have this robot.txt file also in place. What I will speak after. So it's about on-site SEO, off-site SEO, and the SEO performance or measuring different SEO factors. I think we will do it in more faster way, because I believe that you also can get my presentation after the webinar. So yes, to explain more, that's this on-site SEO. It's tactics, what you can do directly on your website internally, and it can be optimizing your sites, your content, title tags, internal links, URLs, and so on. So one good free tool is Google Trends, where you look for different keywords and their activity right now, how people are looking for different keywords. Of course, if you want to do SEO more professionally, you need to use other tools as Google, as Ahrefs or SEMrush, and there's many more, but these two are the most professional and good ones. And the keywords is the thing that, yes, people are looking for product or service, and they type different words, as they will look for SEO optimizing or SEO audit. They will type these two words, and the best optimized web page or the best web page with best optimized content will be seen. And that's why it's very important to have this content and website in a place, so you have opportunity to rank for important keywords. Also, it's very important to have, yes, very quality content. There is importance that you will have a clear structure, use headings, subheadings, to have easier to read for your users, and of course to have easier for Googlebot to index this content in the web results. There is so-called EEEAT reference from the Google. So about the content, it needs to be trustworthy, worth trust. It needs to be authoritative. So your reputation in the online world need to be authoritative. The content and the website and overall site should bring expectation about the expertise you have. So if you are if you are fintech business, don't write blogs about tourism or other different topics which are not relevant. You really focus on relevant content that the user want to read if they are looking for a finance company. And another important part is the user experience. It's also, I believe, previous speaker Kristīne talked a lot about. You need to also optimize meta tags and meta descriptions. So to have good structure and to show easy way how Google will index your page. And of course, the mentioned user experience. So it consists of page loading speed, of optimization of your website for mobile, because right now Google use mobile page as a first impression of your site and to understand in what position to rank you. If you don't have mobile optimized page, so basically it's very hard for you to be competitive. And yes, to have a very good intuitive navigation, both important for your users reading your content and also for Google. And next is offsite SEO. What is going on outside of the website, what is not so easy to control, but it's a very good signal for Google if somebody are pointing with links to your site. So yes, that another portal site business is like sending trust and expertise and some authoritative way to increase your brand reputation and your awareness, and of course the Google authoritative signal. No, that's not signal. It's artificial counted your authoritativeness of your website. In different professional tools, there is such metrics you can see website in a scale of 0 to 100, how authoritative your site is, and you can compare it with your competitors. So yes, links is as a vote of confidence. That's somebody is confident that your site is good, the content in the site is good, and therefore Google also gives you points for authoritativeness. And there is different sites, of course. There is more authoritative and trustworthy sites, and there are sites which are not so authoritative and good. So you, of course, want to have authoritative and trustworthy sites to point to your site, and not the opposite ones. Yes, and it brings us to the quality and quantity of the links. And basically, it's two factors. It's the number of links and their quality, which are important for SEO. And link popularity, it's also important that the link coming from another website, the website has good traffic and of course good authoritativeness in the Google size. So it all increase search engine visibility. And yes, it's also important to have a good anchor text and to have relevant keywords and relevant anchor in the content posted in other resources. So it brings insight into what this content is all about, and it improves all link quality you can get to your site. And also to not miss that this, social networks is one of the things that's important. So of course other websites pointing to your site is more important, but you don't want to don't do Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram and other social networks. It also gives some authoritativeness to your site. And yes, about the measuring results of SEO. It's a Google Search Console you really want to have for your site. So there you can look for different metrics, like total number of organic visits, like different geographies your users coming from, like if there is some traffic from Germany, from Spain, from Latvia, from other European country, and you can all drill down to the specific geography. And you also get there your key performance indicators set up in the Google Search Console, so you can track all the results. So if you look for Google Search Console, so this will be the first page you will open. So to register, and so it's important that you are the owner of that web page, so you can either implement some little part of code into your site, and then Google understands that yes, you are the real owner of the site. Or you can connect with your Google Analytics account. So it's another way how to start with Google Search Console. So yes, what you can see there is an overview of all the indexed page, all the errors Google have found about your website, so you can afterwards see the list and improve all these errors found. Of course, you need to understand what is more important, what will bring better results, and what is not so important, because sometimes these lists are very long. In that Google Search Console, you can send your sitemap. Sitemap is basically a specific way write all the links and content which are in these links, so the Google better understands and faster understands what's your site about. And another thing is just can track all the traffics, all the queries you have been found for, and pages, and yes, geography. And that's how the performance tab of the Google Search Console could look like. So yes, you can see how many clicks you have get, how many impressions, how many, like impression is how many times somebody have seen your link in a search result. But it not means that it really have scrolled down to your, like if you open Google Search Results, you can see like maybe some screens like 5-6 results, but there's 10 results in each page. Now, if you will be in the 8th, 9th, 10th position, then you will get this impression, but in reality, user haven't seen you. So there's some things you need to know about this. And yes, you can of course see which page has highest traffic, and also which have the highest click-through rate. So it means that somebody have really clicked on your page when they found you in Google search result page. Sorry. So what I can encourage you, so if you want to check your website performance and some errors, like in broad understanding, you can use our website. Write Uprankd.com, and there you can get a free report of your website and see which errors you have and what problems you need to look for and to optimize. And so at the end, I can give you opportunity to see which you need to contact if you have some questions about CEO or already have some project and some ideas what you want to do. Yes, and basically, yes, it's it from me. So
Yep.
we can continue if there's some questions, or I think it's quite a longer presentation. So yes.
No, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. It was very useful content. I think it was really.
Yes, thank you.
I like that actually, if organizations or companies are willing to go into the European Union markets, and you provided a very relevant tools for Google Search Console, where you can see everything what's going on there and which countries are following to your page and so on. So I think this is very important and practical advice and information. So speaking about questions, there is just one short remark that all clear. Thanks.
Great.
Yeah.
It's very good.
So
Yes.
yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Oskars Ozers from Uprankd company, who is a business solution advisor. And now step by step we are going for today's last presentation. today our last speaker will be actually a practical person who is not telling about how to do or how not to do, what to do with website, what to do with SEO, but it will be already a story about real business, about real things, about really like a company's experience and all these, I wouldn't like to say jungles, but sometimes if you are not so high level expert in digital marketing and digital tools for expert development and international markets, and I think it might be even sometimes a jungle. So, and I think today we are really finalizing our agenda with a practical case study about company's experience, and I hope it will be very useful and encouraging to you to do business as well in international level and hopefully in European Union. So yes, I would like to invite to speak Mrs. Anna Marija Zīdere-Laizāne, Key Account Manager Baltics from the company FELICI, and her topic today will be digital marketing in FELICI company. So the floor is yours.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for introduction. Yes, my name is Anna and I represent company FELICI, which is a Latvian functional grain-based product manufacturer. We are considered in the category of small and medium enterprises, as we are a team of around 20 people. But nonetheless, we export around 75% of the total revenue. And it is to more than 25 countries, not only in Europe, such as Germany, Italy, of course, the Baltics, but as well as more exotic locations, for example, Brazil, Jordan, Mongolia, and so on. And what is in our product assortment? As I mentioned, mainly grain-based products, such as muesli, granola, quick meals or one-portion meals, hot cereals, and baby cereals. And as we're operating both with our own brand Grazie as well as private labels, for us it is important to be found in both B2B segment and as well as B2C. So today I will tell you a little bit more about how and what is important for us with regards to website, social media, online store, and online directories where we can be found and why it is important to us. Let's start with website. I know that you already had a good base of knowledge from previous speakers, but with regards to, yes, as previously mentioned, real life and real companies, of course, it is crucial to understand what are the priorities for the company, because the resources are not infinite. So for us, of course, it is important to have a good website because, first of all, for our B2B segment, which always needs to find more information about the company, about the product assortment, also the technical information, for example, the palletization, and so on, as well as exhibition lists where we can be found, where you can meet us, and so on. And of course, there are different tips and tricks how you can benefit from that. For example, we have put our product catalog in our website, and we ask to share the client's email address in order to access the catalog. So that's one of the tips how you can have already some contact database. With regards to B2C, it is of course important for the end consumers to find more information about the products that they have seen, for example, in the stores, where they can buy them, and to gain the feeling about the company, about the brand itself, and just to establish the not only visual identity, but altogether the identity of the brand and company. So with regards to social media, currently we are being found in LinkedIn for B2B connections. It is a good place where to share really, I would say, specific, technical, more business-related information. For example, short recaps of exhibitions where we have participated, some new innovations, and what we have done with regards to research and development, for example, as well as to post some available jobs if it's for, so to say, higher managerial levels. And with regards to B2C, we are, of course, being found in traditional social media as Instagram and Facebook, where currently the information actually is overlapping. However, there are a little bit different, so to say, the target audiences, and that's actually a place where we can dig a little bit deeper just to diversify the information for different audiences. But that's where we are found right now. Then also online store. Of course, it is a distribution channel, but at the same time, we think that it's also in some ways an online marketing tool, just because that's another place where the end consumers can see your brand, can learn more about your products, and also have the opportunity, of course, to buy them. That's why we have in, so to say, test regime right now our own web store, which is integrated in our webpage. Currently with limited product assortment, but at the same time, you can use, if you have the possibility, to connect the products and the product availability to your already established distributors. For example, in our case, in Latvia mostly, or in the Baltics, it is through the large supermarket chains that we're working in our everyday. And yes, for us, also very important thing is online directories, as we're also focusing more on B2B, because that's the way how we are working. We are mostly working with distributors for the export countries, as well as supermarket chains. So we're working directly with them. And that's why it is very important to have the online information about you as much as you can, just to understand that the other potential clients that you may have, for example, I don't know, from Canada or New Zealand, they don't know you. They don't know your, I would say, maybe how well you are established, because maybe they haven't been to your country or haven't met you yet. But if you are being found in different directories, they have a larger assurance that you're a real existing company, which they can trust. And for us, very important is the BRCGS directory, because that is directly related with the BRCGS standard, which is one of the highest food quality standards. And it is something that is very crucial if you want to work with large international supermarket chains, brand holders, and so on. If you have this standard, then you're automatically found in this directory. So it is easy for other potential clients to find you, to see that you're operating on the highest level in your everyday manufacturing. Then, of course, we are also being found on different B2B platforms and sourcing platforms. It will most probably depend on the industry you are operating in, but for us it is RangeMe, which is a good source, and AMS sourcing, and it can just help to be as another reference for the potential clients. Because for our company, it is very important to really attend the exhibitions, because still eye-to-eye contact is very important to establish business relationships. But as I mentioned before, if you can be found in many other online resources, then the potential clients have already more knowledge about you. And if they see you in an exhibition, it can be just an added bonus. They can know, they can trust you, that you have a real operating business, and maybe already some references about it. And as I previously mentioned, the resources for all of the companies are limited always, and you need to prioritize. And of course, it is very important to have this online presence. And as the big thing right now is artificial intelligence, really take into consideration, try to find the best tools that could work for you. And I made this as an example what we could do without an existing marketing department. We don't have currently in our company a marketing manager, or we don't work with any outsourced marketing agency. So we have minimal resources, but we need to still keep and have our online presence live and fresh. So that's by using 2 artificial intelligence tools. This is how I created, for example, a simple post that could go in our social media accounts. Just artificially generated image of a family eating breakfast. You already have the warmth, the feeling that everybody is happy, it's a great day. Then you can create a caption. Also, of course, always double check it, read it, and alter it to your needs, but it is a really good starting point, and I want to assure you to use them. And just at the end, a really simple quote. So, ignoring online marketing is like opening a business but not telling anyone. Unfortunately, in today that is true. If you don't, if nobody sees you and nobody hears about you, it is really, really challenging to have or to find the right consumers. So yes, I hope that this was a short but good insight in how a company, small and medium company with limited resources operates on day-to-day basis. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Yes, thank you very much, Anna Maria. We have a question. It's not so connected maybe with digital marketing and digital tools, but about the company. So who knows, maybe your potential client or cooperation partner has heard you today. So question is your company a seller of organic products, or are you offering products containing genetically modified organisms to your consumer?
And no. We don't have any ingredients containing GMO, but yeah, it's not so black and white. It's not organic or with the GMO. So conventional products doesn't mean that they contain GMO. But yes, we produce both conventional products and also organic products, but none of them contains GMO.
Okay, thank you very much. So far, no more questions at the moment. Just a comment that it was an interesting case, and thank you a lot.
Thank you. You have my contact details, and if any questions arise, feel free to contact me.
Yes, and we have your homepage
as well.
Yeah, so actually this was today's last presentation and this year's closing webinar. So I would like to thank you very much everybody who has participated today. This webinar is recorded. PowerPoint presentations will be shared via email with your colleagues from Ukrainian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thank you very much and enjoy your day and achieve your top results in digital export and marketing. Thank you.